Hello, Assalamualaikum, Tajahau and Vanakkam and a good day to everyone watching. We are from Group 2 and would like to present to you our video assignment. For this assignment, we have went to Kek Long Tong Temple and the Lost World of Tambun to observe the tectonic history of KintaValley. Kek Long Tong Temple is located at Gunung Rapat, Ipoh. It is a very unique, well-preserved temple within a gorgeous collection of limestone caves in Ipoh, with a huge Buddha sculptures and a beautiful garden with a pond. From where we are standing right now, it seems that we are actually in the middle of a sinkhole. These three blocks that are separated have actually been connected together once ago. This could be due to the tectonic movement, causing the blocks to be uplifted or the water table to drop from its past level. It is possible that these formations we see right now were underwater during the Silurian period. As these formations are made from limestone, there would have been a dissolution happening in the bottom part. As the void continues to dissolve, it will create a larger hole until a point the upper part collapses completely, creating a sinkhole. Kek Long Tong Cave may be standing and existing right now, but dissolution will continue to happen inside it. One day, it may also collapse and be remembered as history.
See how the rocks have many different types of beddings on it? This is a secondary rock. It exists when different rocks are deposited together to form another form of rock. The holes we see in the cave are a result of biological dissolution. Some holes seem deeper than others due to different rate of dissolution. The factors affecting the rates include carbon dioxide, organic acid and water. Bed sleeping in these holes could accelerate the process. Those from the top are stalactites, while from the bottom are stalagmites. These structures also form the dissolution process aided by water flow. Fun question: why are the stalactites against gravity? That's a question for another day. Boudinage is also a fascinating structure. Same part seems broken off from one another as the level of compression varies. Ever wonder how a cave is formed? Every space that we see in here is a process of dissolution. Water from above seeps through the cracks until it forms a small hole that leads into a bigger hole.
As we go out of the cave, there's a few structures that we could see that is caused by the movement that occurred million years ago. One of the structures that we can see is slump. Slump is a type of mass wasting that occurs when a coherent mass of loosely consolidated materials or rock layer move a short distance down a slope. Movement is characterized by sliding along a concave upwards or planar surface. The causes of slumping include earthquake shock, thorough weighting, freezing and thawing, undercutting, and loading of slope. The tectonic process that occur might be the reason why the slump occur outside of the cave. The water table is another structure that we could see outside of the cave.
Saying that it may fall down or the rock was uplifted, right? So if you have a water like this, possibly the water table is not so far, right? So possibly this is part of actually cast is a morphology, right? Castification is the process. So cast is a morphology which typically characterized by having or subsurface or underground drainage system. So mostly the water which is infiltrated from the top basically will follow the fractures like this. For example, you have a typical open fracture over here, right? And then we'll go down and drainage on underground system, and we'll continue dissolving the rocks, and then at the end you will form sometime it will reach at a point the surface cannot support the load which is on top, then it will form a hole. That hole is sinkhole. You remember the blue hole or sinkhole or dolines. Later on we will see a typical dolines. Alright, so this is a typical small cave on a making, right?
Can you see what I see? Yes, it is the speleothems that found outside the Kek Lutong cave. A speleothem is any cave decoration that formed after the cave itself finished forming. Most speleothems are formed in similar ways. All formations are forming by water saturated with dissolved calcium. The water begins on the surface where the water passes through the soil and absorbs carbon dioxide, transforming the water into a weak carbonic acid.
While Lost World of Tambun is actually a theme park featuring river and beach garden that are surrounded by 20 feet twin waterfalls along with water rides. The Lost World of Tambun is located at Tambun, Kinta, District Perak. Established in 2004, it is managed by the Sunway Group and is officiated by Sultan Azhar Shah.
Now, to see formations from the Lost World of Tambun. These huge and tall rocks surrounding us in an almost circle is quite similar to the one in Kek Lutong Cave. The area we're currently exploring is a sinkhole formed through the process of dissolution. The earth is dynamic. We can never be sure of the next uplift or the decrease of water table. Even as we speak, the water table may be going down slowly. These formations of rocks are believed to be underwater million years ago. Based on the abundance of fractures, these rocks could have been a very good reservoir. These fractures appear due to cementation, causing it to be brittle and forming most of the fractures. After these rocks were uplifted, or maybe the water table went down, we can clearly see the formation of it. There are at least 3 sets of fractures just on these rocks alone. Now, for this set of rocks, we observed that it has went through intense tectonic activity. The rocks had been deposited, compressed greatly, uplifted from its original position, intruded by granite and deformed again. In some parts, we can also observe some beddings that are parallel, which does not coincide with the principle of original horizontality. Why is it? The reason is because these rocks had actually underwent folding, compressed from the sides and eroded from the top. What we see is the result of compression and erosion. Thus, as erosion happened on the top, redeposition occurred again to create the scenery we see before us. Generally, the main range of KintaValley is in the suture zone, where intrusion of granites collect together. The results? There are some blocks of granite embedded in the rocks that are younger than them, according to the principle of cross-cutting. This tall formation is called the Needle of Tambun, a vertical limestone that stands alone between the other 2 formations beside it. The reason for it being vertical is also due to the folding, compression, and erosion. These 3 formations were once connected to each other, in which dissolution happened in the space where it disconnects them right now. Now, these are cave deposits. The layer of rocks is different, comparing the top layer and the bottom layer. The layers of rock below shows lamination, in which we could assume it was deposited in a river system. The top layer is actually the older formation, a cave dating back to 250 million years ago. The bottom layer was deposited only around 2 million years ago. It was sediments that were brought by a river flow. Thus, this is why we see two different layers on top of each other.